Good day to you and welcome to this Paddocks Club tutorial. We're going to talk about the question of who must maintain garage doors and pay the costs. Very often you'll hear people say, well, obviously the body corporate must do the work and pay. Everybody knows that, but it's not quite that simple. We'll look at the median line concept. We'll look carefully at subsections 5.4 and 5.5a of the Act. We'll then unpack the median line concept in pictures. We'll apply it to the external walls. We'll look at garage doors in the external walls of sections, and we'll look at garage doors in exclusive use areas. Now we start with the median line concept, which details how the boundaries of the sections are defined. In our law, the section boundary is not the exterior or outside surface. It's not the interior surface. It is halfway between those two surfaces. So it's an imaginary middle line or plane, always halfway between the outer and the inner surfaces of the floors, the ceilings and the walls, the exterior walls, floors and ceilings. In subsection 5.4 and 5.5a of the Act, you have the detail of how boundaries of sections are defined. In 5.4, there's the fundamental principle: the common boundary between any section and any other section, or any section and the common property, is the median line of the dividing floor, wall, or ceiling. Then in 5.5a, you've got the statement that the boundaries are defined by reference to those floors, walls, and ceilings, or as may be prescribed. I'll come back to that. And it then goes on to explain that if there's a window or a door or any other structure in an exterior wall, then that is part of that floor, wall, or ceiling for the purposes of defining the boundary. These provisions mean that the median line is the default section boundary, but you do need to check the sectional plan, because it is possible that in accordance with surveyor general prescriptions, that the surveyor or architect may have described the boundary of that section not by reference to the median line, but for example to the edge of an outside wall. That the sectional plan will explain if it applies. And where a door or window is set into an exterior section wall, the median line goes through the center of the frame of that door or window. Let's apply this to external walls. An exterior surface you're looking at now is of a concrete block, a single coarse concrete block wall with a slab. And you'll see as we turn it that you start seeing the median lines, both through the wall itself and through the slab that sticks out sideways. If you look at a cavity wall, and in this case an example of one with a window in it but no slab coming out sideways, again the median line following the line of the wall, and then when there's a window, following the line of the window. So that's important. When it comes to a window or a door, your median line deviates to go through the center of that door or window. That of course has important implications. Now let's look at focus on garage doors. Let's start off by looking at legal liability. Doors and windows, for that matter, in the exterior walls of sections are always partially sections. That's the interior half, and partially common property, the outer half. At least that's the default. There can be different things, but your sectional plan will clearly say if it's not this way. In terms of section 37.1j of the Act, the body corporate is obliged to maintain and repair all the common property. And in terms of section 44.1c, owners are obliged to maintain their sections. So the body corporate must maintain the exterior and pay the costs, and very often the wear to a door will be on the exterior. Let's look at various types of doors. You get the sectional type of door that is in parts which bend and so that you can track them up and have them flat across parallel to the roof. You get spring-loaded solid doors that tilt up or flip up. You get roll-up doors where you have a mechanism that rolls them up out of the way, so you can still use the rest of your garage clearly. And you get traditional side-hung doors. All of these are perhaps the side-hung doors aren't as common, but you still do find them in older schemes. What's our conclusion? When it comes to springs, motors, chain drives, etc., that are in the section, clearly the owner must maintain them at his or her expense. The periodic adjustment of tensioning bars to keep a wooden door from warping falls into the category of general maintenance. It's not the result of any action or abuse by the owner, so the body corporate and the owner must share this cost equally, because it applies to the whole door and they share its ownership. The repair and replacement of runners, hinges and locks in a sliding exterior door and locks in an exterior swinging door will be the result of use by the owner, so the owner must pay those costs. And what happens when the garages are exclusive use areas? Well, then it's slightly different. There's no part of a section involved, but in terms of a proviso to section 37(1)(b), the person who holds exclusive use rights has to pay all associated costs. So in this case, the body corporate doesn't contribute at all. It must recover the full costs of maintaining those garage doors in exclusive use garages from the owners. Thank you for watching this Paddocks Club video, and I look forward to chatting to you in the discussion forum.